Well, we have neared the end of PyCon US 2022, but we still have a few things left for you, so just a couple of housekeeping items. Our final PyCon US event is our sprints. They will be held in rooms 250 and 251 and are free to attend to anyone with a PyCon US registration. Please note that these are still official PyCon US events and that our health and safety guidelines do still apply. We'll provide coffee and lunch during these events. For more information, check out pycon.us/sprints and stick around right after this where we will have our sprint rows. We'll have quick introductions for all of the projects that will be participating. No need to sign up. Just after we close out this event right now, we'll bring the house lights up, let people disperse who don't care to attend or aren't able to stick around. So if, at that point, if you're interested in presenting a project, just come line up right next to the stage, and 5–10 minutes after that, we'll start our sprint rows. Also, there are receptacles all around the convention center. There's definitely one by the salt shaker where everyone has been entering, but there are a few others scattered about. So if you don't want to keep your lanyard as a memento from the conference, you can actually drop off your lanyard and it will be upcycled into art by a local artist collective. All right, so last night we had the PyLadies auction. Eventually we're gonna have to drop some of these years off the slide because they just aren't all going to fit. But this growth is just phenomenal. And so last night we were able to raise $40,000 for PyLadies. But wait, that number actually isn't quite right. Once we totaled up all of the donations that we've collected, auction bids, auction entry tickets, PyLadies keychain and t-shirt sales, and all additional donations and donation matches, our grand total was $53,267. Huge shout out to our accounting department, especially to Phyllis and Joe, who crunched these numbers for me so that I could present them. And they also ran all of the payments and processing throughout the event. Another piece of really impressive data, the numbers of attendees that we had this year in person. We knew that this year was going to be sort of a slow ramp up to get back to our previous in-person attendance numbers. So this year we had 655 active online attendees, so people who actually logged into the system, and 747 in-person attendees who picked up a badge. Of those attendees, 389 of our online participants were first-time attendees, and 1,149 in-person attendees were first-timers. So for those of you who haven't already done the math on that, that means that 64% of our attendees were first-timers at PyCon US this year. Personally, I like to interpret this as a testament to our community, how enthusiastic people were to get to a PyCon who had never been, and also how strong our sense of community is, that we could have a PyCon just like every other PyCon, with so many new people here that we could welcome them into our community and still have an event like any other. And so as quickly as it started, our time together is coming to a close. Whew, it gets you, and you don't expect it. Okay, so one of the things I tried when I was rehearsing this to avoid this was to talk in a British accent, so we're going to give that a try for a couple of lines. So if there's anything more clear to me than 5 days ago, it's how persistent and durable our community is, how it spans the globe effortlessly and brings us together, and supporting each other through space and time. So I saw a tweet towards the beginning of the conference that I unfortunately couldn't track down who exactly it was from, but it was from a person who I assume was a first-time attendee. And they essentially said that within the first few hours of them being at their first PyCon, that they felt solidified and confident in the direction that they were taking their life and career by pursuing programming and by being at this conference. We have so much more impact than we sometimes realize, and I, for one, feel fueled up and re-energized after a mere 5 days with you all. We sometimes forget, living in our own bubbles, working from our homes, or interacting over ones and zeros, the breadth and depth of the Python language and its applications. And yet, as Peter pointed out in his keynote, there's still so much more reach that we can have. And that is staggering because we've done so much already. So I thank you all for carrying this forward and for continuing to contribute and grow our community. And I thank you all endlessly for letting me be your steward for the last 3 years. Whew. One of my favorite authors has said, "Nothing of me is original. I am the combined effort of everyone I've ever known." Thank you for taking a chance on Python and constantly giving to others more than you take yourselves. I know that PyCon would not be the same without each and every one of you bringing your unique perspectives to share with each of us. And now, in my final act, I'd like to introduce you to your incoming chair for 2023 to 2024, Mariatta.
Thank you, Emily. All right. Hi. Ooh. Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Mariatta. Okay. I have slides. Do they show up? No? Okay, there it is. Ta-da. Yeah, I'm really sorry that I get to be the one who say goodbye. Also, I'm Canadian. But I know we are all feeling emotional right now. It's been a great, almost a whole week for me, and I know you all feel the same. I'm not sad because I know I will see all of you back here again next year, right? Right? And for those of you who join us virtually online, I really hope you could join us next year, right here. If that's not possible, we will still be offering the virtual streaming option. I also saw on Twitter that people attended only on Twitter. They attended PyCon US on Twitter because of the result of folks live tweeting using the hashtag PyCon US 2022, and that's really awesome. I really hope they all will join us in person next year. And I would like to ask all of you, tell your friends, tell your coworkers about PyCon. Tell them about how amazing, what a great time you have here. Tell them about all the things you've learned, all the people you've met, so that they can experience this themselves next year. Now, PyCon US is just one of many Python conferences all around the world. In fact, if you go to pycon.org, you can see a list of all Python conferences all around the world, not just in the US. In fact, I've collected a list of upcoming regional Python conferences all around the world between now and the next PyCon US. In fact, there's like almost more than one each month. If you live near these areas, go there. If you don't live near these areas, it's a good opportunity to travel there. So again, there's more PyCons in September, all the way until next year. So after you attended all of those PyCons, I will see you all back here, right here in April 19, which is less than even a year from now. And after Salt Lake City, after 2023, we will come to Pittsburgh for 2024 and 2025. And now let us all take a moment to just recognize the work of volunteers who make this PyCon happen. PyCon is a community run, so I really wanna make sure we recognize our volunteers. So I'm going to start calling out names of groups, and if you hear the name of the group that you participate in, please stand up and please remain stand up. And I would like for all of us to look around you so we can acknowledge their contributions and applaud them. All right, it's a long list. I'm ready, okay? So first of all, thank you PyCon staff, thank you Jackie and Olivia, PyCon staff and PSF staff members. Diversity and outreach chairs, stand up. Program committee chairs and reviewers. Tutorials committee and reviewers, please stand up. Posters committee and reviewers. Charles committees and reviewers. Lightning talk organizers. Travel grant team. Green room staff. Sprint coordinators. Open spaces team. PyLadies charity auction organizers. Education Summit organizers and team, Language Summit chairs, Maintainer Summit organizers, Mentor Sprint organizers, Packaging Summit organizers, Typing Summit organizers, PyCon Charlas organizers, Startup Row organizers and selection team, Captioning staff, Audio and Video Tech team, Newcomer orientation team, thanks to all of our keynote speakers, diversity and inclusion panelists, steering council panelists, all of our speakers, tutorial instructors, poster presenters, language summit speakers, education summit speakers, maintainer summit speakers, packaging summit speakers, typing summit speakers, PyCon Charla speakers, all the people who volunteers on-site, session runners, session chairs, if you run items at the auction, if you run the registration information desk, if you greeted tutorial attendees, if you wore the Ask Me button. And all of you, thank you for being here. All of you, thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you all back here next year in Salt Lake City, 2023. Thank you.
Mariatta, can we turn the microphone? Sorry. Hello? Yes, don't leave yet. If you're sprinting tomorrow, sprinters are happening right now. If you're a maintainer, please come out, line up over here to introduce your projects. So the maintainers are about to introduce what they're working on, so contributors can hear what they'll have a chance to work on tomorrow. Every project gets 1 minute max. It's like extreme lightning talks, so it's gonna go quick. Just pay attention. Maintainers, maybe mention your project, when you're starting, what people can work on, and what they might need to know first. If you hear a project that sounds interesting, come say hi to them after they step off the stage, and you can also find sprint boards outside in the hallway where the open space boards were before. And
Sir, I'm just gonna get this little, it's not picking up very well.
oh, what did they hear and what did they not hear?
That's a good point.
Okay, we're good. Okay, so I'll get out of the way. I gotta go jump in line because I'm a maintainer also. I'll just let the first project come up. Oh, you want me to go first? Okay. I'm David Lord. I'm Palettes Flask maintainer and a PSF fellow. Brett Cannon usually just does this intro, but I think I'm tall enough to replace him. So I'll be sprinting on all the Palettes projects tomorrow. So that's Flask, Jinja, Click, Werkzeug, which you too can learn how to almost pronounce. I've been brainstorming a bunch of issues, big and small, for new and experienced contributors, including async, customization, automation, and more. I'll be starting at 8 a.m. and I will have donuts. So please join me to contribute to Flask and Palettes. Thank you.
All right, no one asked me to do this, but I guess I sort of volunteered. Some of us are going to be sprinting on CPython, which is the reference interpreter, or the reference implementation of the Python language. So if you want to come by, you can. I don't know if there's like an organized thing, but we'll be doing that. So thank you.
Hey there, my name's Christopher Neugebauer. I'm working with the Pants Build project. We will be sprinting on both Pants, the build system, as well as PEX, which is a project that we maintain. We will have a collection of first-time suitable tickets if you want to hack on some of the code behind Pants and PEX. Also, if you are interested in onboarding your repository, open source or otherwise, onto Pants, we are interested in having more users so we can figure out how to make everyone's builds runs faster, and we need to onboard more repos, and we have core contributors who are happy to help you do that. So come find us tomorrow. We'll be there sometime probably before 9 o'clock.
Hello everyone, my name is Patrick. I'm going to be sprinting on Strawberry GraphQL, which is a GraphQL library based on data classes. And we have a bunch of issues for beginners. You can also work on docs, or if you have experience with Django channels, I would love to chat with you. We also have integration with FastAPI, Flask, and other frameworks, so if you want to work on that and improve them, yeah, come and join us. I also have stickers if you want. Thank you.
Hi. It seems every word counts, so I'm reading this pitch from my phone, including this sentence. I'm Benza. I work on SamGraph, a tool for searching through code. And if you ever wanted to write a linter rule, we can probably write it as a SamGraph rule in like 5-10 minutes tomorrow. And you'll have your very own code checker that you can also share with others. So just join us tomorrow.
Hey everybody, Nick Reineke with the National Renewable Energy Laboratory. We recently refactored some of our map matching code and released it as a Python package. We use the code to support some research that we do in our transportation group. We used it to support a recent effort with Google Maps to incorporate eco-routing into their platform. So we're going to be sprinting on making the package a little bit more robust. It's a baby package right now, version 0.1. So there should be stuff for everybody, docs, new features, testing. So we'd love to see you there.
Hello, my name is Eric Mathis. I'll be working on a project called Django Simple Deploy. The goal of the project is to support people who are learning Django deployment. It automates the initial deployment process. They get to run one management command that if you have an account on a platform like Heroku or Azure, you don't need to visit their docs to learn the initial deployment. You run one command and your project appears live on that platform. The project works, it's new, but it's had a positive early reception. So if you're interested in this, I'm happy to show you a quick demo, tell you what I'm working on, and either accept contributions, questions, or comments. Thank you.
Hello. So we're going to sprint on Pyodide, which is a Python distribution for the browser that uses WebAssembly. So the sprint mainly aims to focus essentially to improve different Pyodide components. So to make designing applications for the browser, Python applications for the browser easier. But of course, you can also work on everything that's in the ecosystem. So for instance, like if you have an application and you want to maybe try to use PyScript for it, or if you want to play with Jupyter Lite, there's a lot of things that are happening, or maybe contribute to CPython upstream and for the WASM work. That's also possible.
We're also just happy to answer questions.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Zach. I'm a PSF fellow, and I maintain a testing library called Hypothesis. It can write tests for you as well as generating test data. And tomorrow and on Tuesday, I'll be sprinting on a whole bunch of cool new features around optimizing that, fixing a number of smaller bugs, and if you're really keen, diving into the eldritch unreadable internals. I have enough stickers for everybody here, and for those who contribute, I also have gorgeous little enamel pins. So if you'd like some gorgeous Dragonfly merch, come see me, and I look forward to sprinting with you tomorrow.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eric, and I'm with the PyJanitor project. PyJanitor is a project that has a collection of data cleaning functions that are compatible with Pandas data frames. We'll be sprinting on primarily documentation tomorrow, but if you've also got ideas of common data cleaning functions that you'd like to contribute, we'd love to hear from you on that too. The library is intentionally designed to be extremely beginner friendly. So if this is your first time ever making an open source contribution and you'd like to try your hand at making one in a library that's like easy to use and easy to contribute to, come check us out. We've got all the setup instructions that are needed to make life really easy for you. And it's especially suited for people who, like myself, handle lots of data. So come check us out. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am Matt Wisniewski. I'm one of the maintainers of Memray, which is a profiler that tracks memory usage of a Python application. It can track native allocations that are happening in the C libraries underneath your Python application. It has a live mode that lets you see what's going on as you run it. It's pretty cool. I don't have issues groomed for beginners, but what would be really helpful to me is if people wanted to stop by and try it out on their projects and let me know what's wrong with the documentation, let me know what bugs you find, let me know anything that you see that's wrong with it. If you are interested in contributing, I'm sure I can help you get set up with a build environment and you can start hacking on it too. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. AJ Kerrigan. I'll be sprinting on Cloud Custodian tomorrow. It's a rules engine for evaluating your cloud resources, AWS, GCP, Azure, and some other bits. So if you have interest in determining if your cloud resources are comply with some internal policies that you have, or you want to get used to using the project, explore some documentation, make any sorts of contributions you're interested in, please come by and say hi to us.
Hello everyone, my name is Katney and I will be sprinting on CircuitPython. CircuitPython is a version of Python that runs on microcontrollers. We have hardware available, so if you want to contribute to the libraries or the core, you will need to know Python for the libraries, or C is what the core is written in, just like Python. We will be there for both days. Myself and Melissa will be hosting. So stop by if you want to learn more about CircuitPython, or if you want to contribute. We're happy to facilitate both. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Mariatta. I'm from the McGarver Institute for Brain Research at MIT, and I'm working on new data flow engine. This is called PyCon. This is like a very small project right now, so I don't have any stickers, but I would be happy to show you and run some tutorial with you. If I don't have any beginners, I would just work on adding data task support to schedule jobs and probably some async IO, new implementation. So if you can help me with this, that would be also great. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Lauren. I work with Meta, and we're working on Cinder. So we have a couple of specific optimizations to CPython, and we'll be sprinting on trying to upstream some of that work. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thanks to all the maintainers. Sounds like there's some great projects. Really exciting to see so many contributors sitting in the audience still. Have a great rest of your night and see you all bright and early tomorrow, right? Right? Yeah. Thank you to the PSF and all the organizers. Goodbye.